But before we go to the Volta region, let's go to the central region where education is also a big problem. We move to a community called our correspondent, Akwesi Ado, who is in the central region. Our correspondent there is bringing us a report from a senior high school that is battling with infrastructure. Let's bring you the report after we have conversations around it.
At Feteman Senior High School, one of the most deprived in the region, conditions are dire. Nearly 80% of teachers, including the headmistress, live off campus, leaving more than 1,200 students under the supervision of just about 10 resident teachers. The headmistress describes this as a major setback to proper supervision and academic discipline.
If I say staff accommodation, my residence is part, assistant heads are part, management members, and the general staff members. It will interest you to know that just about 10 teachers are staying on campus. The 90% are outside who are commuting every day. So if we are blessed with staff accommodation, the school will be a great school.
Although the school board began a project to provide on-campus accommodation for the headmistress, work has stalled due to lack of funds.
Feta is not a very big place, so accommodation for teachers is an issue. Even renting in town is an issue. Last 2 years, we started to put 3-bedroom self-contained for the headmistress. Now we are almost at the roofing level, and we need some fund to complete for the headmistress to come and live in their school.
Regional Director of Education, Dr. Juliet Udufie-Otame, told ChannelOne News that urgent intervention is critical to sustain quality education delivery.
We will term it as resources. You cannot work without adequate resources. The schools are boarding. They need the teachers on campus to check the activities of the ever-increasing students on campus. We also need classrooms. Sometimes when you go to some schools, 100 people, 100 students in classroom, it is very disheartening.
Government is a chain of continuity, so you can attribute to the fact that they don't have. And as far as I'm concerned, as a member of parliament and also in the ruling government, any advocacy that I'm supposed to do, I will do to make sure that the leftover project shall be, given the needed attention.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education says plans are in motion to bridge the infrastructure gap nationwide. Stephen Kwaku-Owusu, Director of Pre-Tertiary Education at the ministry, spoke to ChannelOne News on measures being rolled out.
When we came here, we also observed that the teachers, a lot of them, only few of them, about less than 5% are on campus. And it is serious in the sense that you can't have a student population of about 1,600 with borders being 1,200 with just few teachers on campus to take care of them. We need a number of teachers to supervise what they do, and therefore I'll take this up to the minister.
The Regional Education Directorate says there is an urgent need to address infrastructure gap across senior high schools in the central region. For ChannelOne News, I am Akwesi Ado, Gomwa-Fete, Central Region.
All right, so there you have it. That's a report from Akwesi Ado, our central regional correspondent, right here at ChannelOne TV. This it's quite an unfortunate issue because this is something that we've been, talking about and advocating for a long time for, schools to have the proper infrastructures that they need so students can actually focus on why they are in school and do what they have to do right. But Philip, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, on ChannelOne TV, we have been speaking a lot about these things, asking that at least the authorities should move in and provide the needed infrastructure. But the problem is that some of the schools will tend to rely on old students and all that, abandon projects and all that, and get fund way back in years. Government come, government goes. They are supposed to review those contracts, get to find out how much has been put into the building of a particular structure. It takes years, then the students will be bearing the brunt and all that. But we will speak to our correspondent, Akwesi Ado, to really let us understand what is happening in the school, that is Fatima. And this is not the first time we are bringing you a report from the central region. I think the central region, maybe the education minister or the education directorate would have to go there and assess the entire schools there and see whether they have the needed infrastructure for teaching and learning to go on. But Akwesi, good morning.
Good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
Yes, by grace. Hope you are too.
Where is exactly Feteman located in the central region? If I'm coming to the central region for the very first time, describe to us where I can find this community.
Okay, so Feteman Senior High School is located at Gomua Fete. Now, Gomua Fete is in the Gomua East District, and that district is in the eastern part. So, from Accra to Gomua Fete, you take a branch at Akuti Junction, that is on your left-hand side. Then, when you get to Ojobi, you branch to the left. Then, the Ojobi Senior Broku Tech, you branch on your left again at Bonseku. Then you are there.
Okay, so that means that this place is not far from the popular place we know, Kaswa.
Not too far from Kaswa. In fact, there is even an alternative route that takes less than about 10 minutes to get there from Kaswa here. So that is when we decide to use the Kaswa Nyenyano, then the Millennium City, where the Political Convention Center is, then you can reach there easily, except that that particular road needs rehabilitation.
Okay. So another question I want to find out from you, that means what is the population of the school?
Currently, the school has a population of about 1,200. Yes.
Right. And if you talk about the infrastructural crisis that they are, going through, what exactly are we talking about? What exactly are we looking at when it comes to infrastructure?
Okay, so before we come to that, let me give this prehistory of the school briefly. So the school was established in 2013 through the intervention of the late Kofi Annan, who served as the UN Secretary General. And the purpose for the establishment of the school was to, by way of saying thank you to the Gomua Pete community for leasing a parcel of land to be used as a refugee camp at Bujumbura, where it is widely known as Liberia Camp. You recall when the Liberian Civil War broke out, most of Liberians came to settle in Ghana, and that refugee camp was established for them. So by way of saying thank you, the UN decided to establish that school in the Gomua Pete community. And so since 2013, they have not had any significant addition to the infrastructure, and it's becoming a worry. Until recently, the borders were really having their meals under trees, and the dormitories were also not completed. The students had to trek from the Gomua Pete township itself to the where the school is located, which is quite a distance. But there were some interventions, and then they had a boarding facility, but it is still not, enough for the students. The school has a staff population of over 100, and as we speak now, about 80-85% of them live off campus. The headmistress herself also lives off campus, and it is making supervision quite a Herculean task to teachers, because you look at about, let's say, 8 or 9 teachers who are supervising over 1,000 students, then it becomes quite a challenge for them.
And from what you have indicated, they are requesting for a number of things. When you visited the school, did they tell you whether they've received authorities to come see the things for themselves and also prefer solutions, or what exactly did they tell you?
So they haven't gotten the needed attention from authorities.
But
interventions I mentioned is hard. Now, for instance, the water system in the school
Mm-hmm.
was provided to them by the chief in the Gomwapete community. Then the former MP for the area, Kujua Simeni, also made some interventions for them. But since then, they have not had any major intervention from government per se. And even though authorities are aware, because authorities have been visiting, they cannot tell specifically what authorities intend to do for them. So it's like any project they want to embark on is self-help. The schools board and then the residents of the community, and then the parents would come together, mobilize funds, and then they would start something. So currently speaking, about 2 years ago, they attempted to construct a bungalow for the headmistress. That headmistress, whose name in which the bungalow was being constructed, has even gone on retirement, and another person has taken over. And the project is stalled because they do not have adequate funds to continue the project. And so they keep pleading and begging government to intervene.
Wow. So Fetterman Senior High School, Chris, before you come in, let me ask you this one quickly. I know for senior high schools, just a few of them will not be offering courses like science. But with this Fetterman Senior High School, how many courses are they offering? And are they doing everything we know, science, business, home econs, when it comes to agri science and all that? And if yes, if you list for us, do they have a science lab? Do they have the various buildings needed for practicals or all that?
Okay, so the actual number of courses run by the school, I cannot tell you, but I know for a fact that they do science. And let me share this intriguing fact with you. The school authorities decided that, look, we are going to admit science students even without having a science lab.
Whoa.
So there is this private school in Gomwapete, Hope College. The director of the school is an indigene from Gomwapete, and so he has the interest of the school at heart. And so what he did was that, okay, since you want to start running the science program without having a science lab, your students can be coming to my school when they have science lessons, when they want to use the laboratory. They can come and use our laboratory for the meantime. And then when you set up your own lab, they can go back. So for the time being, what they were doing was that they would take the students with the bus to the Hope College. After their science lessons, they would be returned to the Fetterman Teachers Campus. Now, when they have a science lab, it took that same person to donate to them tests to be used in the science laboratory. They also offer this architecture and then textiles and clothing, and then other creative courses as well. They run home economics, general arts in addition.
Right. So I just wanted to know, how are their grades with all these problems that they face? What are their grades like? Are they acing in their courses, especially when it comes to comparing themselves to other schools?
So they've been trying. They keep improving on their record, and so the last WASI result that came out, they had between 80 to 90% pass rate for the students.
Oh, wow.
Right. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Wow.
All right. Thank you so much, Akwesi. It was really nice talking to you on this. Ladies and gentlemen, so we've been speaking to Akwesi Ado, who's the Central Regional Correspondent right here at Channel One TV. I mean, I really like that the other school was able to open their gates to them.
The
you
Hope
understand?
School, Hope College.
Yeah, the Hope College.
Like, come and do your practicals.
Come and do your
us.
practicals here.
Yeah. And I like the fact that despite the challenges they face, from what Akwesi said, we will speak to other authorities like the board chair and all that and find out from them what the grades are, like you mentioned. If they are scoring between 80 to 90% in external examination, then the little push that will be given to this school,
They can actually do
they can
more.
actually do
Yeah.
well. I really don't like the fact that you would be giving all the needed infrastructure to the well-endowed schools. But with these well-endowed schools too, their old students are very sort of they are particular about the kind of infrastructure in these schools. So you would find a school where the old students will contribute, or this year group, 2009 year group, 2008, 2006 year group, we are putting up a science lab, or we are putting up a computer lab, or we are putting up a lab that can help the agric science students and all that. I think it helps. But joining us on the line is Elvis Joe Annan, who is the board chair for Fetterman SHS. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
I'm doing great, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Today we are in your school. We are looking at the challenges in your school. We understand you have a few, if not many. But first of all, let's appreciate the the challenges you have in this institution, if you'd want to share with us. Hello, Elvis.
Yeah. Yes. So, thank you for this opportunity. Yes, Fetterman, I was listening to your reporter, Akwesiado, and I'm very grateful to him. On behalf of the board, we are very grateful to him. Yes, Fetterman was established 12 years ago, and this board was established about 4 years ago. But when we came, we saw that there's a lot of challenges in the school. The structure that all you are seeing there, the store building, the 12-unit classroom there was the one from the GET fund. All other structure you see there was given to her by the benevolence. The main building was from UNHCR. Then the girls' dormitory was from the London Beach people as a social corporate responsibility to us. Other structure there, either by from the chiefs and elders and the board and the parents. So our challenges there is very enormous. Last 2 years, your reporter was there. We told him a lot of challenges that we are going through. But as a board, what was alarming is that the headmistress of the school, who is to report and give account of every student to stakeholders, doesn't live there. She lives about 3 kilometers away from the school. So assuming there's an issue in the night, who will be held responsible? So we decided that let's put a decent accommodation for her to come and live in the school, so that if anything, the children will be well taken care of. So we started 2 years ago. So our challenge now is staff accommodation. Then we come to dormitory. Then we come to classrooms. Then we come to toilet facility. Look, for this toilet facility, last 3 weeks I was there. Somebody called me that I was going to Gomafete, but he saw that the children are going into the bush to do it. So what can we do? So I quickly also called the chief of the community that this is what is happening. And he assured me that this year, their festival, whatever funds we raise at the Deba ground will be used to construct a toilet facility for the school.
Elvis, hold on. So does it mean that currently the school doesn't have a toilet facility?
We don't have enough. The population of the school is 1,700.
And how many toilet facilities do you have? Or how many
limited.
seats?
It's limited. So during the normal classes hours, all these 1,007 congregate at the academic area.
Whoa.
And you don't have even up to 12 seater to take care of them. So it's a big challenge. So 8 o'clock, they come to class, and class closes at 3:30. So all these students use this limited one. So the bush become the proper place for them to go. So it's a very big challenge. As I sit here now, I just called the headmistress that she should arrange a stakeholders meeting for us to come and see what we can do as soon as possible. So we need the government to come and help to make sure that we address these infrastructure facilities in the school.
Right. So I just want to ask, I mean, this didn't just start in a day, right? And obviously the population did not just appear from nowhere. I'm sure you might have seen this coming. And during the time, you know, you could manage it. What was being done about it? Or I just wanted to know.
Elvis, you're listening to yourself. If you could reduce your radio set and listen to us.
Yes, that's true. So every year, you know, since the 3SH camp came, every year the numbers keep on increasing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a young school, just 12 years. And this is a school when you call PTA, you don't pay PTA dues. So who is bringing? You don't have old students like my former school where old students will come and help. And the government also is not bringing money for such facilities. So what you see there is the effort from the community and the PTA members. You can't imagine that I'll go to PTA meeting or go to stakeholders meeting and I'll ask them to bring money to do something. Yes, we saw it coming. If your reporter comes there again, you see a toilet facility being constructed by a company, but it has been abandoned.
Right.
We've gone to the district assembly to ask them if we can use it. They said no, because the moment you go and open it, there will be a court case on you.
Wow.
Just last month, I tasked the maintenance officer to go to the district assembly to go and find out what can we do, because that thing is on our land, it's not completed, and we need a place. So in fact, that's all part of the reason why I've called for stakeholder meeting, for us to go and meet to address some of these things, because we cannot allow this thing to continue.
Right. Were you able to reach the company?
Pardon me?
Have you been able to reach that company?
We don't know the company, so I've asked them to go to the district assembly. You know, these things, people will come, they come and do it and go.
Right.
You know how government does it. So that's what we are doing. In fact, I've spoken with the new MCE to assist her to do some of these things. So we are making all the effort to make sure that some of these things are addressed. I wish you find time to come to Goma Peterman Senior High School. Then we take you through the school. Then you take pictures, you watch your video, you compare 2 years ago and today from your videos and see what we are doing. In fact, let me commend the teachers of this school. Any teacher in this school, I can say that is a selfless person.
Yeah.
Because these are teachers who are living there are people who themselves contributed money. Then we molded blocks to build the accommodation that they are living in for them.
Right.
So it's not from the government. Yes.
So that means the teacher bungalow is also another problem.
Yes,
Teachers bungalow.
Yes. So the government doesn't have even one even single room for a teacher to live in the school.
And how many teachers are on campus now?
Now about 10 teachers live on campus.
10 teachers.
Only 10.
Yeah.
Out of 1,200 students living there, boys and girls. Only 10. And like I said, I wish you come. Teachers in this school are sacrificing. I heard you asking Akwesi Ato their results.
Yeah.
3 years ago, when the school wanted to celebrate its anniversary, I and then former regional director said we will not allow them to celebrate anything. What are they going to celebrate? Until we see a better result. Remember, about 3 years ago, teachers went on strike. During the strike period, that's where we engaged them to come and report and explain to us as a board why that results and what they can do. And lo and behold, they came on that day when they were on strike. They came and explained the challenges and what we can do. People gave books, people gave calculators to help the students, because students said because it's free SHS, they will not buy books. they will not back calculated. People gave, including the Queen Mother of that area. 2 years ago, the results came to about 70-something%. And just 2024, the result was quality pass. I gave to the regional officer to do the assessment so that I would not make any mistake. The quality pass for students from this school that you are seeing was 86.4%.
Whoa.
Yes. And let me thank Hope College. They have been the school that has supported us even when we need beds. Sometimes they give us food.
Wow.
But Hope College is a private institution.
It's a private college.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
And we understand. Today, and you understand you do not have a science lab, and that you
we
follow.
don't have.
You follow on that of.
Okay.
So
they come and support us. So when we are in need of something, I call the director there. We build that relationship with them. Even on the speech and prize giving day, we said we needed 450,000 cedis to complete this building. Would you believe that the director there said they are going to give us 10% of that money to support us? The prizes that we gave to the children, this school again gave us some money to buy some of the prizes for our children. Yes. So when it comes to Hope College, I'm saying that they are collaborating with us. They are not a competitor. And we are very grateful to them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's Fetterman Senior High. So as a board chair, I'm using your medium to call on the government, all well-meaning Ghanaians, to come to Fetterman SHA to help us to address some of these challenges. The students are very great. As for the teachers, I don't know how to salute them. Because under this harsh condition, they are able to sacrifice some lead as far as Winneba and Sredo and commute every day to school. I wish you come there one of these days, come and do the documentary and interview teachers and students where they come from every day. Then you appreciate what we are saying.
Right.
The structure on this thing there was built by what? Teachers, students, and the PTA and the board members.
You made mention of a structure for the headmistress, I think.
Yes.
Is it what we are seeing on the TV right now, or we just saw?
No, the one that just came was another building that we are going to. Yeah, the one we are seeing there is the headmistress one. These are 3-bedroom self-contained.
And for how long has it taken for you to put up this structure? What is left to be done? And what's the period you are looking at completing?
We started last 2 years when we first have our speech and prize giving.
2 years?
2 years.
Whoa.
Yes.
To build how many bedroom?
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms.
3 bedroom.
With a storeroom, but a very nice place for a head teacher, a headmistress to live there comfortably to supervise the children. Yes. So the money that the building you see there came from friends and loved ones and individuals and board members who contributed to it. Yes.
Wow.
So
And
this is what we are doing.
And what is left to be done to complete this project?
So now we have left with roofing, electrical works, floor tiling, plumbing, then finishing. Then we are done.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yes.
And how much do you think will be needed to complete it?
If we get 450,000 cedis, we are sure that the headmistress will come and live in this place to take care of the students.
All right.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Any final comments you want to make before we let you go?
Yeah. Final comment is that we are calling on the Minister for Education and those in charge of education in the country, the district chief executives, and well-meaning Ghanaians and philanthropists who are into helping education, and including yourself, City TV. We thank you. You've been a very good partner. Come and help us to complete this building before the end of this year so that the headmistress can come and live in the school. I have to speak to the landlords of where the headmistress stayed in town to give us some time to make payment. You know, government doesn't release money for you to pay every month. So sometimes we have to go and do this thing. So we need our headmistress in the school so that she can do her work properly. So this is what we are asking.
So does it means that now the headmistress is in a rented apartment?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how much are you paying?
In the rented apartment.
How much are you
Yes.
paying a month for that?
We are paying almost 1,000 cities. You know, I come from Gomafete, so some of these things, the moment it comes, I have to step in to go and negotiate. So you will not see the people charging the actual price.
Okay.
But I can tell you, it's not an easy thing. If you know how government funding works, it's not an easy thing.
Right.
Wow.
Anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Elvis Joannan, who's the board chairman of Fetterman SHS. I mean, this is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? I feel like the story has so many angles.
Exactly.
You understand? It is heartbreaking and heart-wrenching and on one part, and also there's also a glimpse of hope in another part.
Yeah.
And also there's this story of collaboration, a story of love, a story of let me hold your hand.
Yeah.
You understand?
Grow from Hope College.
Exactly. We can do this together. And I want to say thank you to, people like Hope College. Like, this story is not about you, but somehow it's about you right now.
Because it looks like the little they are doing is helping the school. Open your doors to students of Gomwa Fetterman that come to the school, use our science lab, let's learn together. Your grades will move from, I think, 20 or 30% to 86%. That's amazing. And from what the board chair has said, I think he's a very strong person, and he's been very pivotal in ensuring that there is growth in the school. I'm sure if not for himself and other individuals assisting the school, I'm sure that the school may have collapsed by now.
Yeah, and exactly. Let's also talk about the teachers. Those are very selfless people that we've just heard about. They are selfless. I mean,
stay in this environment?
In this environment with all these problems, and they still also contributed to making the place look, you know, feasible for them.
And for the fact that they came around, contributed, the salary they receive, they took portion or part of the salary, gave it to the authorities that, you know what, use this money to put up a structure. Let's stay in the structure. Let's be in it so that we can teach and the students, and also get the students to toe the proper way in the school and all that. I think it's a very good initiative by the teachers there. Another big problem that the board chair also spoke about was the fact that they need a number of things in the school. They need a lot of things in the school. So I think that from where we sit here at Channel One TV, for us, we always keep telling the stories and also pushing that the developments that is needed in these schools are brought on board. Let's cite this example that the students get all what is expected, all what they need, and move from, say, grade D school, grade C school, to grade B or grade A school. You would now notice that the enrollment will increase, and people would see the school to be an attractive place that they will all want to take their awards to, not the grade A schools that we've always been seeing. But like the board chair has stated, the board chair has called on benevolent individuals like Oliver Twist. They are still asking for more. They have called on the education ministry headed by Haruna Idrisu, that something could be done about it. We are also hoping that at least a number of things will be done. We have Dr. Juliet Otame, Central Regional Education Directorate, who is joining us live to help us understand what the directorate is doing to resolve the numerous challenges in the Gomwa Fetterman Senior High School. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
We are good. God has been good.
The issues at Gomwa Fetterman Senior High School, has it come to your attention, and what is your outfit doing about these things?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I want to say good morning to your numerous listeners. As was reported earlier, they've written, we forwarded it to the Director General, to the GET Fund, through the ministry to the GET fund. That is why during the other day, the minister's rep, Mr. Stephen Kwekuosu, also reiterated that the issue has come to their attention and the ministry will work on it to ensure that the man also gets the needed infrastructure.
So if the ministry is working on it through the directorate, what are some of the things that you are looking at doing immediately to sort of bring some respite or relief to the students in the school?
All right. Recently, we have the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education going round, and we know that the President indicated that this time round they want to complete all outstanding and uncompleted structures. And so when we came to Fetaman, we saw that the headmistress bungalow that has been started has been halted. So we believe that immediately contractors will come round to do the completion. The classroom block that has not also been completed would also be completed in the as soon as possible. So we are just waiting. You know, recently there was this media budget presentation. So we believe that once everything is in place, contractors will come on site, and in due time, we would have those projects completed as well as others.
All right.
That is still at the whole stage.
Okay, so do you have any timeline to when this would happen?
Actually, I don't. And from where I'm sitting, I cannot give any timeline.
Right.
How much? Yeah, thank you.
Right. And also, I also want to know, like, are there people from your office who have gone round to look at this place to check out the complaints and to also see how things can be done? Because obviously you might just be hearing it, but if you are on the ground, you will know exactly the damage that we are talking about here.
Yes, please. We have our data department, the MS with the planning, head of planning. They've gone round not only to look at just the infrastructure, they've also looked at land encroachment on all this in all the senior high schools. And now we have resolved as a directory that will ensure that all the lands for the schools that were given either through by the community or state lands are protected. So we've liaised with the Lands Commission through the regional minister, and they are helping us so that we do the appropriate thing by registering all the lands of the senior high school. This is a project we have taken it up as a directory. And so it's not only just infrastructure, because we see that most of our school lands have been encroached upon. And it is a big blow to the directorate as well as the schools. We were looking, they've gone round together with the Lands Commission and the Survey Department. Some of them, the community gave them about maybe 200 or 400 acres, and it has been reduced to less than 100. And we fear that in the near future, it will come to nothing. And so that is one of the projects we are embarking on. And when they go, they also take the opportunity to also look at existing structures, those that are dilapidated and those that are in good condition. We have all the statistics available. And so when we get this data and we are complete, then we know what's the next line of action.
Right.
So there are others we are doing. And you know, we cannot work much without data. So we are still gathering some of these questions.
All right. So with the data that you've gathered so far, how many schools do you think you will be looking at, or how many schools do you have right now that are in need of these infrastructures?
So far, it looks like all schools, but some are very immediate, just like Fetaman. And so we have not less than about 40 schools that may need this urgent infrastructure as we are talking about in terms of the school classrooms, and then accommodation for heads as well as for teachers. and we know how important this is.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you want to name these schools for us, because now we are looking at Fetterman Senior High School, but we are giving you opportunity. Maybe the authorities are watching, people are listening, benevolent individuals are also watching, organizations are also taking note. If you want to share with us, aside Fetterman Senior High School, which other schools are also in dire need of what the Fetterman Senior High School is also looking out for?
Okay. I can talk about Kwabnansa Senior High School. It is also at the Fantaman district. We have Brakwa Senior High School. We have Mokwa Senior High School. We have St. Gregory Senior High School. We have Bontrasi Senior High School. We have Sedik Senior High School. Nyakrum, Action, J.E. Mills, Udupon, Asin State, Jaffrey Senior High School, Obri Ebua, Chifoheman, Ewutu Winton Senior High School, Obratre Senior High School. Senior, in fact, all of them, Ebuafo, Abakampa Mori Senior High School too. And then we have Chichire Senior High School, and then Kwejiadri Senior High School. These are BRC Senior High School. These are some of the schools.
So,
that's in Enyam
yeah.
Senior High School. We have Enyam Senior High School, Enyam Dintra Senior High School, Besiansi Senior High School, and then others.
Right. So we are looking at more of senior high schools.
Yes.
All right.
For now.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means you have a number of schools you are really dealing with in your area.
Yes.
How does it look like, or having issues in these senior high schools and going ahead to prefer solutions or on the necks of the education ministry to get all the problems resolved? How difficult is it, if you want to share with us?
I see it's a bit challenging because I will only look at, first I want to look at how the provision of these infrastructure will help. You know, of late we've been witnessing an increase in indiscipline among students.
Right.
And most of these are basically because masters are not on campus. You can get as much as 3,000 students, but you may not have even a single accommodation for teachers on campus. So teachers stay on up to maybe after prep. When they leave, the fate of the children is undecided until the next morning. And so this one poses a big of a challenge. Outside a school like Aspen State Senior High School, the school is growing, but most of their classrooms, they are under the tree. Some of the subjects, they have to bring the children under a tree to come and teach them. This is a school that has also been doing well with the National Science and Math quiz. When it comes, they are doing well, but they don't have even a single lab, to train the children in. So you see, when you have these infrastructure challenges, it affects academic outcomes, and it also affects indiscipline. In fact, it is one of the major causes of indiscipline in our schools.
And talking
but
about...
I'm looking at all of these, as they came around, they have assessed their situation. And so I'm believing that they will just start with those that their needs are very pressing. Like a school like Obnansa, pressing, very, very pressing. You go there and it's only 3 classroom pavilions. That is the Mokwatu, similar one. And these are schools that are ready to take on more students, especially around their catchment areas.
Yeah.
But yes.
Talking about indiscipline, this is just off the infrastructure stories we are talking about. In Agona Swedo Senior High School, I don't know if it's come to your attention, 25 students have been suspended over same-sex proposal. Has it come to your attention?
Yes, I read it. on it. Yesterday, we are engaging with the headmistress, and then I've directed the district director to take up and let's see, because I learned they have been put through the discipline committee. They face the discipline committee, and then the code of conduct of students had been applied, but we are yet to get there.
So,
are you feedback from the district director?
So, are you launching some sort of investigation into the issue? What exactly are you doing?
Yeah, they said they've done it, and I'm also doing that. So, it's based on their report they submit, and they will know whether due process has been followed.
Okay. Doc, thank you so much for your time. Dr. Juliet Dufie Otame is the Central Regional Education Director, and she has stated a number of things what her outfit is doing to first address the numerous issues in Gomwa Feteman Senior High School that we've indicated that this school is a very has interesting students. They are doing well from 30% to 86%.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And she mentioned a number of senior high schools in the region that they are also paying attention to, so that they would get infrastructure, the needed infrastructure for them to ensure that teaching and learning go on smoothly in these schools. I think the fact that the directorate or the director has come out to speak on these issues, it just clears our mind on few things. That what is the government doing? What attention are they giving to these schools? What is the plan for whether they are moving from one stage to the other? Some sort of attention is being paid to the issues within these schools. I think it's a step in the right direction. And if this is the trend we want to go on, I think that there would be a resolution to the problems in these schools. Again, benevolent individuals moving in to get the problems resolved will be a step in the right direction, because governments cannot do all.
Right. And I also think that it's important for other schools to sort of like emulate what this school is doing. You understand? They are not waiting for anybody to save them. In as much as they need help, they didn't wait for anybody to save them. They had to come together and, you know, say, we can do this, all hands on deck. And also, thankfully, they have another school that is very supportive and open for collaboration with them. Yeah.
So I think that from where we sit, we always be telling the story, hoping that the people out there would pay attention, they will listen, and give students. See, they are future leaders, whether we like it or not. Yesterday, we were told that we were the future leaders. Today, we are the leaders. And if they are the future leaders and they are in the senior high schools, and we want to make their lives better for them, as journalists, as a media house, we can bring it to your attention. You out there as an organization, corporate social responsibility is very important. You would want to put it on your budget that we are targeting the school, we are targeting that school. Government cannot do all, because if you go to the Volta region, the number of schools there in need of infrastructure, and a lot of them. You go to the Eastern region, same. Ashanti region, same. Not to talk about the regions up there in the northern part of this country. So if benevolent individuals can move in a little from here and there, all students can also try and push in their little. You can just send an amount of 50 Ghana cedis, 100 Ghana cedis for a bag of cement, iron rods and all that. All what is needed is that the facility is put up. Then the teachers can move in there, monitor the work of the students. Because if you're in a school and you do not have teachers on campus, or you do not have authorities on campus, it's like the cat is away. The mouse will do whatever it wants to do.
The mouse will come out to play.
Exactly. So if you have the teachers there and the students are like, no, it's prep time, we would have to go for prep 6 to 8. We are done. We have to move to the dormitories. We are not supposed to be treating Palon. Do you know Palon? You don't know Palon. Anyway, you didn't go to school in Ghana, so you don't know Palon. So you wouldn't be moving around, be found in dark places, engaging in all sort of activities that are not helpful and all that. When the teachers are on campus, it helps, because it brings some sort of discipline in the school, and the students are like, if I do this, teacher A is watching. If I do that, teacher B is watching. If I do that, teacher C is watching. So there's some sort of discipline in the school. You go to the big schools, the grade A schools, and that is the kind of level they have put themselves up to, because the head teacher is there, the headmaster is there, the housemaster is there, the house mistress is there, other teachers are all on campus. So you don't tend to sort of misbehave. The little attitude or behavior you show that is like you're swaying or is opposite to what has to be done on campus, you'll be punished. So I think that the Fetterman Senior High School and all other senior high schools in the Central Region need the best. You can go through the directorate, ask them, the benevolent individuals and organizations, you can go through the directorate, ask them what you can do for a particular school, which school is in dire need of the needed infrastructure. Then we take it from there, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's important. We can all do this together for the future of the next generation.